I remember years back when I visited one of my elder brother in Oka at Anambra State. He took me around the city and he showed me to some of the our village people who have been residing there, although the parents used to travel down to the village. And I noticed that their children bears Igbo name. Upon say these children, their parents are from Ukele, but they name their children Igbo name, Igbo names. The funniest thing is that they cannot even speak their dialect. And aside from that, when I came to Lagos also, I have seen so many families in Lagos who has happened to reside here in Lagos for a long time, give birth, married, and even so, they do travel to the village without their children. You can see their children bearing after Yoruba names. They cannot even speak Ukene language. That is an ungrateful attitude to your tribe. That is show that you are not really proud of your tribe. You are not grateful to God who give you to your parent that come from Ukene land. As I said earlier, my boss I'm working with right now, they have been living in Lagos since they were born. They only travel to the village to visit the village and come back. But yet, they can speak their language. They bear their dialect name. And likewise to their children. They just came back from abroad. Just came back from abroad. That is where they reside to give birth to their children. And their children are bearing after their dialect name. And their children, a 4 years old child can speak Igbo. I was shocked. The moment the child started learning how to talk, they started teaching the child with their dialect. When the child is being mastered with their dialect before they start using English on the child, that is to show the kind of pride and gratefulness you have to your tribe. So this is what Ukele parents need to learn. You need to learn. Forget about the circumstances you find yourself or you find in your village. The reason why you came from that village, God knows it the best. Because you have been to Lagos for 20 years, 10 years, because of that, your children cannot speak your language. Your children cannot even be after your language name. Tomorrow, on my next video, I will be talking about the females who happen to marry out of the village or out of their tribal man or tribal husband. That one is even the privilege for them to even bury their identity. What a shame. No matter wherever you marry to, be influenced. Be influenced by your tribe. Allow your children to also bear your dialect name and also teach your children how to speak your dialect, no matter where you marry to. I have a madam I was working with a few years back. She married to a Kano man. That's another man. But the daughter bears Hausa name and she also bears Igbo name. Do you know that our daughter cannot speak Hausa? But our daughter can speak Igbo as if they born her and brought her in Igbo. That is to shape the level of gratefulness to our tradition, to our origin. Oh, because you live Ukele land for some 30 years, you have denied your identity. No one could trace you, or you cannot even trace yourself. God cannot trace you. That is ingratitude. That is ingratitude to God that brought you forth from the lineage of Ukele. We have to start appreciating the fact that we originated from this culture, from this tribe, from this village called Ukele. Even if you reside in any part of the country, out of the country, you should be able to show appreciation to God by letting God knows that you come from this land and you appreciate the fact that you come from that land by being able to speak your language and also imparting your children to also speak your language. Both parents are from Ukele. So what is the reason of you giving your children another tribal name when you are not from that tribe? It shows that you are not gratitude to God. You don't show any appreciation to God who brought you forth from Ukele. Oh, you live in Anambra, you live in Ebonyi, you live in Abakaliki, you live in Owerri, Imo, or any part of the eastern part of the country. Because of that, your children will not bear Ukele name. And you and your wife, you and your husband are from Ukele. Your children cannot bear Ukele name. Your children cannot speak Ukele. That is really showing the level of ingratitude you are showing to God who brought you forth from the land called Ukele. No matter where you reside on earth, appreciate God for the fact that He brought you forth from your origin by speaking, trying your best to speak your language, impacting them to your offspring, and also giving them name after your tribe. If you go to the Bible and read the history, most of the history of the Israelites, no matter where the Israelites travel to, they will never forget their tribe. They will never forget who they are. So why are we like this from Ukeleland? I came to Lagos. I stay in Lagos. I stay in Kwara State. I marry. Even my wife is from my village. We have been here for 5 years, 10 years. Because of that, my children are bearing Yoruba name. Is that an excuse? That is rubbish. Is that an excuse? That is rubbish. Oh, I've been in Abuja for like 20 years. I married my wife, then we met there. I married her, although we are from the same village. And your children are bearing Hausa name or Igbo name. That is the level of ingratitude to your culture. The level of ingratitude to God who created you from the lineage of Ukele. This is an advice. This video is an advice to every Ukele born child, be it adult, a child, teenagers, who are prepared to become parent or who have been a parent already, to pick a correction and start having this gratitude to God who made you a lineage of Ukele. The lineage of Ukele by bearing your dialect name. Okay, there are some fact that most of the Ukele name does not have meaning. But to tell you honestly speaking, there are many names in Ukele that have meaning. Olomunye is there. Lupiamanam is there. Olomanambo is there. Lajele is there. Utep is there. These are names with wonderful explanation, wonderful meaning. Olomayot is there. Luatoyepoyep is there. Usolona and Womolonkenami is there. All these are beautiful names. So what is the excuse that you are giving to yourself that because I reside in certain part of the country? Do you know that any Ukele person that relocate to any part of the country and happen to be blessed to have a little money, they will hide the identity. They will hide the identity. When they see someone who is from Ukele, they will be hiding from them. And do you know the worst part of it? When anything happened to them, the same Ukele people will still gather to sympathize them, to help them. The level of ingratitude. We need to start picking this correction to start appreciating our origin. Thank you. Peace and love. If you have not followed this profile before, do well as to follow me. And also, I'm going to drop my page name on the comment section. Please do me well to follow the page because the time is coming. I'm not going to be dropping videos here. I'm going to be using my page. So please do well as to follow my page. The name of the page is JC Comment News History. Please do well to help me follow. And God bless you. Peace and love.